Welcome, YouTube, to another exciting game of Deaths of Athazar, the card game, the best card game in the Middle East. And today we have Yazeed Otaibi and Nayef Mogli. These two players got together at Zama Village here in El Khobar, Saudi Arabia. Actually, I learned that we're not actually in El Khobar, we are in Dhahran. It's kind of like on the border between the two cities in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. Now, Naif is actually one of the security guards here at the village. And every day when I come home into the compound, he sees me and we wave to each other. And he seems like a nice guy. So I kind of introduced him to the game one day when he was just sitting alone in his at his security post. And he ends up playing the game, ends up loving it, and decided that he would like to be on camera uh, and play against someone who's a little bit more experienced. Uh, Yazeed also is kind of a neophyte to the game. Uh, Yazeed is also a security guard here at Zama Village. Actually, he's not a security guard here at Zama Village. He works for the same security company as Knife. So they decide to get together on their off time and decide to play a game. And they agreed to allow me to record it. So we're going to take a look at this game and see how well they played. All right. And as always, each player is dealt 7 cards. All right, at the beginning. And every game of Death of Athazar starts off with a pass phase. All right, and looking at Knife's hand, he has a pair of brawlers with that incredible princess card and the effective merchant card, as well as the powerful assassin. And Yazeed has a card of no matches. He has basically 7 different characters: Sailor, Magician, Sorcerer, Wise Man, Assassin, Brawler, and Jinn. All right. And as everyone knows, that the Jinn card is one of the cards that you cannot pass, so he's going to have to try to get rid of him as soon as possible. And looking at his hand, he will be able to do that with the assassin. All right, so they start the game off with basic pass, and Yazeed passed the brawler, and Knife passed the sailor. Um, One of the reasons why Yazeed passes the ball is because going back to our strategies, uh, he basically, he passed the brawler on the belief that his opponent will probably pass him the least powerful card, which is a sailor. And he already had a magician, so he's going to use that magician to kill off 2 of his sailors. So Knife plays first, using his princess as a magician to kill off 2 brawlers, and Yazeed answers by using his magician to kill off 2 sailors. Right, and then after the play phase, they get the deal phase, which is each player gets 1 card from the deck. Knife gets the assassin, and Yazeed gets a sailor. Now, as we was playing the game, Yazeed told me that he plays a lot of other card games like Balut and poker. And, we being Muslims, I don't know about playing poker. He said that he plays it a lot online. I don't know if he actually bets, but he just plays the game. Uh, but one of the things I kind of learned about Saudi Arabia is, you know, even though it's an Islamic country, you still have people who participate in things that are non-Islamic, and one of those things is gambling. Unfortunately, um, uh, I was telling them of a story that when I was in America and I went to Las Vegas, you see a lot of Arabs go to Las Vegas and bet in the casinos. But usually it's just the very very wealthy Arabs that I see do that in America. You know, I guess once they get out of the country, they feel they can be a little bit more free. I guess, um, but not that, but not even in America. I mean, there's some parts in the Middle East where you know people drink. Muslims drink alcohol. Now they don't drink it like like Westerners. They have a different custom to how they drink the alcohol. You know, they kind of drink it in sips, and they don't get. You rarely see them get. Well, actually, You don't see them get drunk off of alcohol. Yeah, maybe they get a little buzz, but other than that, they don't take it to the extreme. Yeah. Actually, Yazeed actually invited me to go drinking with him in Bahrain, but of course I had to decline. All right, uh, each person's given assassin, and then they did the trade, and he kills uh, his Jin with the assassin, and Knife responded by killing the wise man. All right, Knife gets a warrior, Yazeed gets a merchant. They do the swap, and what they swap, actually, Knife again. Knife is kind of a new player. So is Yazeed, but I think Yazeed is a little better player. And Knife decides to swap an assassin for a brawler. But uh, one of the strategies is you don't ever want to pass an assassin off. So if it was me, if I had a choice between a warrior, assassin, and a merchant, one of the things I don't want to pass is merchant because he might have a chance to swipe the cards. So I'll probably pass the lower level warrior. But if went ahead and passed the assassin. All right. And after the pass, he uses warrior to kill a brawler, and Yazeed decides to use his effect card sorcerer, increasing Knife's uh, card number from 2 to 3. All right. Then on the deal, Knife gets an archer, Yazeed gets another sailor. They swap sailor for sailor. All right, and Yazeed kills his merchant off, trying to avoid Knife from getting a merchant on the trade, and Knife responds by also killing his merchant. All right. He sees that the Knife saw that he had one card, so he had to be careful. All right, the Z gets a magician. Now, when you get down to one card, a magician as a killer card is one of the worst cards you can get. Right, and Knife gets another archer, which was the chances of getting was pretty low. So so this is so in this situation, Yazeed, uh, Knife. Well, Yazeed could lose this game if he passes the wrong card. Because if he passes that magician over to Knife, the game is over. And if Knife gets rid of the sailor, which is the lowest card in his hands, that will be the death knell for Yazeed. So let's see what happens. Right. So Yazeed went ahead and passed sailor for sailor. He avoided the loss. Right. Knife decides to kill his archer. Archer kills Archer, and Yazeed had to pass because he had nothing. All right, Nayef gets a hunter. Yazeed gets a sorcerer. Then they go ahead and do the swap. Magician for sailor, and Yazeed does the sorcerer, giving Nayef an extra card, and uh, Nayef is going to have to pass on his turn because he has pretty much a dead hand at this point. He gets the hunter. Nayef gets the assassin. They do this. They do the swap, and they pretty much swap sailor for sailor. And Nayef kills his hunter off, and Yazeed passes his turn. Nayef gets a brawler. Yazeed gets the archer, and they. What happened here? Oh, okay. So on the pass, Yazeed passed as hunter sailor, and Nayef passed as brawler, and Yazeed was able to kill the brawler to win the game. All right. So that was the end. It was a quick game. Wasn't that very exciting, but again, these were two amateur players. Uh, if Nayef would have went first, it didn't matter what Nayef would have done because he still would have had Hunter stuck in his hand. Mm. Well, I hope you liked the game. It was a pretty quick game. Uh, and after the game, Yazeed wanted to talk about drinking again, but like I told him, I had to decline on that. But surprisingly, Nayef and Yazeed got into another conversation about drinking in Bahrain, and and once they started talking about, it, they decided to play another game. But I didn't record that game. So if you like that's the Athazar card game, just go ahead to www.doacardgame.com to get yourself a deck. It is one of the fastest growing card games. I would say it is the best card game in the Middle East. So just go ahead and get yourself a deck and play with a group of friends, and you'll realize that it is one of one of those games you can play with good friends on a nice warm evening over shisha or over cookies or while you're watching one of your favorite movies or just getting together with friends. Um, uh, Thanks for watching. If you want to see more games of Death of Athazar, just go ahead and subscribe down below, and I will see you next time.